Welcome back to the adventures of the Florida Powerboat Club. This is Stu Jones, president and founder of the club, along with our producer, Ryan McCoy, and we are working feverishly away on this Tampa Bay Poker Run 2024 edition, moving right on into episode number 3 with feature coverage of this big event that happens every spring. And this year we had close to 75 registered teams and lots of fun stuff to show you guys. So before we get started, let's thank our show sponsors. Our 2024 event season is presented by Mercury Racing Wide Open. And alphabetically, our series sponsors include Cigarette Racing Team, Concept Boats, CORTEZ Cove Marina, Deep Impact Custom Boats, Fountain Powerboats, Iconic Marine Group, Midnight Express Powerboats, MTI Marine Technology Inc., Myco Trailers, Nortec High Performance Boats, Performance Boat Center, and by SD Marine Group Isla Morada. And just to get you guys up to speed, we are at the Tampa Convention Center, downtown Tampa, where you see a lot of fiberglass tied up and a lot of people hanging around the docks, having their morning coffee and their bagels. That Jackie and Amy and the FPC girls are making sure everybody has a nice dock greeting, and then it's time to get on the boats and get started on this run. And of course, the fun part is watching everybody pick up their first poker card, and for me, that's an exciting part of the day. It gets me started because I get a chance to say hi to everybody up close and personal dockside. And of course, here's another reason why it's so much fun. We got Amy, Kendall, and Natalie, and they are going to be the dealers today. That's right, they're dealers, guys. Card dealers, that is. Looks like Jennifer Corbell is the first mate now. Captain Jeff at the helm from Performance Boat Center. And of course, we all know by now that SUNSATION is a very popular brand of center console built in Michigan, but Performance Boat Center is the exclusive dealer for the SUNSATION brand. And Jennifer's like, by the way, Stu, did you notice I have my life jacket on? Stu, are you checking? Yes, I am checking. You got 10 points. And a nice variety of boats here as they line up for their cards. This one's a big fast cat. You got it. It's a 39 MTI, and that is Craig and Paula Ackerman all the way from Georgia in this awesome MTI. It's got a pair of Mercury Racing 500Rs. Guys, in the whole scheme of things, this is like the ultimate boat to own if you like going fast. Oh, this is the beast. If you look closely, lots of seating on board now. 8 seating positions on those cats. But it's just mom and dad today, and the kids are in school. And it's a very special welcome for Ken and Laura Wolkins and Team Docked Wages. This is a 2004 34-foot COBALT 343. Hey, and there's a first time for everything, and that is the very first time that we've had a COBALT on the poker run that I can recall. And it looks like Laura has been practicing this move with being their very first poker run, but she's watching the videos and she got it down right. Good job, Laura. They're all looking forward to a great family day on the COBALT. And let's welcome back the local team, Dean and Lisa Palestra, and their 38-foot statement team, Well Adjusted. And you can see that the Palestra family all have their matching team outfits on. Not everybody on board. We got Randy Swears, who's joined us for the event as well as the statement team. There's Priscilla. What's up, guys? Looks like they're going to have a fun day ahead on the statement. And another team with a statement, and another team that makes this an annual pilgrimage. This is Mark Fitzgerald and his first mate Laura, Team Exemption, 36-foot statement cat with a pair of Mercury Racing 450Rs, and they are a long way from home. About 1,000 miles they traveled from Chesapeake Bay, Maryland, to join us. Trailered the boat down and launched it at the Davis Island ramp nearby and ready to roll. And a fun fact, boat racer Owen Buis joined them to throttle the boat while Mark Fitzgerald was at the wheel. And it's James Paris and Team NONO. It's another 35 statement center console. They just took delivery from Statement, so this is the first run with the boat, and it's got a set of those Mercury Racing 400R V10s. And the color, well, it's Bentley Silver. I got to mark that down because I really love this color. What's their favorite thing about powerboating? Well, of course, it's being on the water. They came all the way from Canfield, Ohio. They keep the boat at their home in Tierra Verde, which isn't too far away, for the winter months, and take it back home for the summer. And here's another team that's a long way from home. Ryan and Rachel Garnett, all the way from Texas. This is Team Flight 311. It's an MTI 390X with a pair of Mercury Racing 450Rs. And just a few notes from their video bio. One thing is that they really enjoy meeting the new and like-minded boaters. Ryan says his wife and he have made so many good friends on these poker runs, and they really love the adventure as well. They've attended a lot of Florida Powerboat Club events over the years, but this happens to be one that they haven't attended yet, so it's their very first time, and they said they absolutely loved it. And this is a great shot with the drone. It shows you the real variety in terms of all the different boats that are on the run, but more importantly, it shows you how patient everybody is as they wait for their turn to come up for the carts. And it can be a little nerve-wracking to sit here and wait, but you know what? It pays off because it's always a lot of fun. And nice job by First Mate Miranda as she climbs on board with her boyfriend Cliff on their 34 MTI with Mercury Racing 450Rs. What a beautiful ride. And we've still got a big lineup of boats coming in, and a chance to really see all the different colors and paint jobs and all the different models. You know, there's no two boats in this event, or ever really on any run, that are exactly the same. But enough about the boats. Guys, it's all about the girls, and it's the Energizer Bunny Hagen Glazer herself who's going to reach out and grab the card for Team Midnight Express. That's the factory entry, and that is the most popular model. I'd call it the flagship, but they do make some bigger models. This is a 43 Solstice, and it just looks like it's 80 feet long rolling alongside 5 Mercury Racing 500Rs. Guys, that is a beast of a boat. It doesn't get much better than that. Midnight Express has been a big supporter of the club, and that translates to having a strong family of loyal Midnight Express followers. And it might be Tony and Jessica Gilo that are a part of that following. This is their second Midnight Express, but this one really rocks. It's the 43 open model with 5 Mercury Racing 450Rs. Got over 12-foot beam. Room for all your friends to ride along. And I was happy to see Eric Lemoyne join us again in Team Timekiller. Now, this will be our third in a row now, Midnight Express open model. This one also powered by Mercury Racing 450Rs. And Eric was telling me in his video bio that he's got some serious motorheads on board today. He's got 3 of the passengers with him are the owners of Real Street Performance, who are serious racers and engine builders. And by the end of the day, he confessed that these guys were like mind-boggled by this whole thing. They said it was life-altering, and they definitely would come back. And they said they're looking forward to the Key West Poker Run in November. And I'd like to welcome back Thomas and Susan Klein in Team Klein. This is a 2022 Nortec 390 Sport powered by Mercury Racing 450s. Love the color. The metallic bronze is just spectacular. And you know, I think that's what I love about some of these Nortecs. You don't have to put a lot of graphics on them. They just have such perfect lines. A little black stripe along the waterline to flare up. A black T-top and some color coordination on the motors. Guys, this is the perfect package. And you know, I do also like the tan-colored C-deck. I think it really sets off the boat nicely. And now it's Chad and Nadia Van Tilburg, Team High Limit. They're also from Punta Gorda, like the couple we just saw, the Kleins. And 3 of their crew was their first poker run, and they said they absolutely loved it. And they also mentioned that downtown Tampa was a super cool venue for the event, and I couldn't agree more because it really sets it apart from a lot of the other poker run events. This is a 2022 44 Concept center console, a very popular model for Concept, made in Miami. This one's powered by Quad Mercury Racing 400Rs. And now let's welcome back Kyle Fowler from Georgia and his family members, because the Fowlers make powerboating a family affair. They go to all the poker runs, so Dad Mike and Mom Lisa joining them, as well as some other crew members. This is a SMOKIN 420. It's a Wright Performance 42 Cat with a pair of Mercury Racing 450Rs. Beautiful boat with a giant cockpit and a lot of real estate up front. You know, you could pretty much have a party up on the deck of these big 42-foot cats. And they've got a busy summer ahead. They've got at least 2 or 3 other poker runs registered already for the summer agenda. And a very special welcome to first-timers Greg Roberts and Mike Rory, Team Carbon Copy. The 2024 MTI is a carbon fiber layup, which really separates it from some of the others. And it's really what you can't see that makes it different, and that's the weight. When you lay up a boat in carbon, you save up to 2,000 pounds. But Amy says, shh, don't tell anybody, that's a secret. And they say that some like it hot. Well, that's the name of this boat. It's Richard Haas and his first mate Cassandra in their 2019 Deep Impact 369 model. And it's another team that's making this their very first time on the Tampa Bay Poker Run, but they didn't have to travel farther from Tarpon Springs, just around the corner. And now let's say hi to Kevin Catrone and his crew on another Midnight Express 43. Extra points for the girls to have the color coordinating swimwear to match the interior of the boat. Was that an accident, Kevin? I know that they planned that. Of course they did. But look at how big this Midnight Express looks just from standing here on the dock. It's just a massive boat. This model, if you look closely now, you see the extended center console. That's a Solstice model. It's got a much larger cabin down below with windows for great lighting down below. I've been in the cabin of a Solstice. It doesn't feel claustrophobic like a lot of cabins and center consoles do, but just a beautiful boat with quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. And it's one of those brand new Adrenaline 47 Reapers. This one belongs to Daniel Hollis, who's joining us for his very first poker run with the club and first time in Tampa with the boat. I think that the guys at Adrenaline did a really incredible job. Not their first rodeo. They've been building boats for 25 years or longer, but this 47 is really taken the poker run community by storm. Everyone seems to like it. It performs well. This one has a matching truck and trailer that was parked at the Davis Island ramp that was just spectacular. They didn't come too far. They're Florida natives, live up in the Jacksonville, Florida area. It's about 300 miles away from the Adrenaline factory in east of Athens, Georgia. There's a great drone shot of the entire boat. Check out that power. 5 Mercury Racing 500Rs. Absolutely beautiful. Well, we're going to take a break from the dockside action and get back up in the helicopter and do some fast flying. We're going to chase the boats down and give you guys what you came to see, and that's some high-speed thrills. Well, we picked the right guy for that. This is Mikey Boyle and his MTI 390X, pair of Mercury Racing 500Rs. And looks like Mikey's taking flying lessons today. Who knew that the chop was going to kick up this much? You know, Tampa Bay normally has a very calm personality, but it depends on the winds. And this is just another one of those days with the high winds where things kicked up quite suddenly. But it's not really holding Mikey back. He's still got his hand on the throttle and putting on a great show from the helicopter today. Mike was just another one of the teams that got together and came up from the Cape Coral and Fort Myers area, which is just less than 100 miles to the south. And now we're catching up with Greg and Raquel Tolson, Team Power Trips, a local team who like to do this event every year. They just finished a custom interior makeover. Greg said that they did an amazing job and it feels like a new boat. One of the reasons they say they love this event is they love the downtown vibe of Tampa. John Van Dyke was showcasing his brand new Concept 36. It's powered by Mercury Racing 500Rs. What a beautiful boat. And time once again to say hi to Dennis Phillips and his first mate Amanda in their MTI 440X. Pair of Mercury Racing 500Rs. I see a lot of waving hands. Everybody's having a great ride today. Look at all the people you can fit in that cat. It's got 8 seats, and I think the designers at MTI decided, well, we got to get more people in these boats because more people equals more fun, and that's what they're having today. I think we're having an MTI factory segment here now, guys. Well, and why not? It's Ryan and Rachel Garnett and their MTI 39. Mercury Racing 450Rs, and they're just managing it through this sporty chop, but it's not slowing them down. They're still keeping a good pace as they head southbound on Tampa Bay to the next card stop. And we're now catching up with Kathy and Scott Campbell in their Nortec 460 Flyer. They came all the way up from Fort Myers. This one's powered by Quad Mercury Racing 500Rs. It turns out it's their first FPC event, but we did see them on the Nortec Rally last month. And there is the landmark Sunshine Skyway, which puts it in perspective now. We're in the Tampa Bay area. We're going to be crossing into the Gulf of Mexico, heading out to Egmont Key for the next stop. And there's a lot of boats that didn't quite make it this far just because of that chop. It's hard to appreciate it from up here in the chopper looking down, but you know, you saw from the way the boats are running that they really are pounding those waves. Well, maybe not Eric Lemoyne because he's in his Midnight 43, big, heavy, 20,000-pound center console, 5 Mercury Racing 450Rs. Of course, this boat was built to do what it's doing right now, and it's just carving up that chop. beautifully as they head towards Egmont Key. You can't miss this boat. It's Ferrari red with the tan interior. And in case any of you are wondering what kind of speeds they're getting, Eric confided that he got the boat up to a nice solid 92 miles per hour running across Tampa Bay on the morning run. And what's his favorite thing about powerboating? Eric says it's the freedom of going where you want, when you want, but also the challenges of the water conditions, which never stay the same for very long. But he says the most important thing is just being out on the water. Well, I couldn't agree more. And it's the only rigid bottom inflatable registered for the run. This is Captain Tio and Joan Comazier, who are representing NOUVA Jolie Prince, 38cc model. We got a sneak peek of the boat in the last episode, but never really got a chance to see it running. And this is a big departure for the Italian builder to really focus on putting some big power Mercury Racing 500Rs on this 38-foot rib, and it's paid off with some great performance. And it's another big Midnight Express Solstice model. This one's brand new. We had a sneak peek of it in our last show. A 2024 model, just took delivery here for this event. Brad Hancock from Georgia, who also has a home in Fort Lauderdale. Captain Pete Waller at the helm. I love the beautiful blue colors and the nice color-coordinated motors. Those are Mercury Racing 500Rs. And if you look really closely, you'll see those underwater lights that are in the steps that were left on for a little bit of accent and flair today. Always putting on a show. And it's second year in a row for Jeffrey Schellenberger and his DONZI 38-foot ZFF center console. This one's rigged for fishing, poker runs, and basically a great weekend boat. Triple Mercury Racing 400Rs. And it's another year in a row for the Mare family on this 40-foot Mystic, powered by Mercury Racing 450Rs. Brandon Mare said to us in his video bio that he rode up from Cape Coral on Thursday with the wind and the rain. Oh, the weather was terrible that day. I don't know how they did that, but somehow they're troopers and they made it here safely and having fun today in the Tampa area. They said they love boating around here, especially all the different stops on the poker run. Well, let's take a break from all that bouncing around and get back to the nice, calm dockside card exchange. We've still got a handful of boats. They're going to get their poker cards, so let's get back to the Tampa Convention Center and our lovely FPC girls. And a very special welcome to Michael FOUTZ and his crew all the way from Ohio, and a first time for them on this brand new Fountain 38 SCX model, Triple Mercury Racing 400R V10s. Just love the way this boat is decked out. I love the patriotic graphics on the side. This boat has so many features on it. I've had a chance to ride on them before, and it really is the ideal poker run boat, and it was really purpose built for poker runs. You can see no rod holders and not really equipped for fishing at all. When Fountain built this ride, they said, no, this has to be for poker runs, so let's make it fun, let's make it fast, and let's put on a huge JL audio system so everybody can party. And it's John and Connie Fami now in their SUNSATION 34 CCX Triple Mercury Racing 400Rs. You gotta love the paint and graphics on these SUNSATIONs. And they've really been enjoying this boat for several years. And they live in Georgia, but they've got a home up in the Florida Panhandle, so we often see them for the Emerald Coast Powerboat Week in September. And of course, Performance Boat Center on hand. They are the official dealer for SUNSATION powerboats built out of Michigan. And it's another big MTI 440X, and this time it's Jesse Newman with his brand new boat. We were looking for a Nortec 50, but nope, he got himself a matching 44 MTI with a pair of Mercury Racing 500s. And there's a great shot of the boat. Look at how big that cockpit is, and room for 6 big guys to ride along. Nice to see Jesse back. It's second year in a row. Last year he did the event in his brand new Nortec. This year, it's a brand new MTI. Nice work, Jesse. And here's a boat we all wanted to see, but enough about the boat. We got lovely Miss Jocelyn grabbing the card, and she's looking mighty fine in her red bikini, and 10 points for wearing that life jacket. Gotta love the safety messaging guides. It's important. This is the all-new Fountain 43 SCX model, similar to the 38 we just saw, just a lot more boat, longer, wider, and more power with 4 Mercury Racing 500Rs. It's Simon Williams and First Mate D on board, representing CORTEZ Cove Marina. Now here's the second boat in the CORTEZ Cove fleet, representing Fountain Factory. This is the all-new 39NX model. But I'm kind of thinking about black bikinis right about now, guys. Oh, there we go. Lovely first mate on the boat with their matching black bikinis and wearing their life jackets. That's 10 points each for the bikini and 10 points for the life jackets. I think these girls are up to 40 points already. Take a closer look. That's a completely glassed-in cockpit. Look at the size of this interior of this boat. Triple 400s doesn't get much better than that, guys. And a very special welcome to Tim Bush and Team Throttle Up, all the way from Ohio with this 2002 37 Stiletto with some big power. We got to hear this thing rumble. And we're back to old school. This Fountain 42's got some big power. Mercury Racing 700s. Made in America. We've got Spencer Headley at the helm and Dad Mark Headley riding along today. You know, Mark never likes to drive. He lets Spencer do all the driving, which is fine for him. And I just can't wait to see this boat fired up again, because when it rolls, and it throws a rooster tail that is simply amazing. You got to love the paint and graphics. This is a classic 42 Fountain. Not many boats like this around the club anymore. And a very special welcome to Devin WOZENCRAFT and his family on board their 34-foot Victory Cat, recently repowered by Mercury Racing 500Rs. That's his son Lucas and his girlfriend joining Devin for the very first time here in Tampa. Of course, Devin is the resident expert on all matters of poker runs because he tours the entire country doing as many events as he can throughout the year. Jackie and I had the pleasure of riding with Devin on this 34 Victory at the Oshkosh Mercury Racing poker run later in the summer. And just a few boats left as we finalize our poker cards. The girls of FPC doing a great job down on the dock. As Rick Spade pulls up in his 34-foot SUNSATION center console. It's a CCX model. Very popular boat, and this one looks a little different. You know, SUNSATION often has multiple colors and beautiful graphics. This one is just a simple blue sides with a nice, clean-looking white interior with that tan-colored decking, but just a real super clean look. Beautiful SUNSATION. Thanks to Rick and his team for coming all the way from Ohio to join us. And a very special welcome to Robbie and Aubrey McAtee in this Nortec 400 Super Sport Team Emerald Isle. A brand new boat, 2024 model, 40-footer with quad Mercury Racing V10s. And let's do the math on that. That's 1,600 horsepower, and it's got 40 cylinders. That's right, V10s times 4, 40 cylinders. Robbie and Aubrey have been great supporters of the Florida Powerboat Club, doing as many events as they can. And very happy to see Frank, or Shorty Schultz as we know him, return with his Nortec 390 Sport. Frank has been a big supporter of the club over the years, back as far as more than 20 years ago when he attended the Key West Poker Run in a Hustler Cat, and he won the poker run. Fun fact, one of the prizes of that poker run was a shotgun, which he carried home from the bar. Well, guys, that was a lot of fun and a chance to give you some cockpit close-ups and really meet the teams and the crews up close before we head out on the waterways. Looking back at the Tampa downtown docks, and things are going to be pretty quiet around here for the rest of the day because all of the power boats are heading out on the Tampa Bay for the run today. Going to be a series of card stops as well as checkpoints for lunch. And remember now, we have about 72 or 74 boats registered for the event, and that means we're going to have multiple lunch stops throughout the course, all predetermined, so everyone knows where they're going. Riding alongside in my cigarette was Alan Lima in his cigarette, a 1995 38-foot Top Gun, which has been in the club for about as many years. He joined the club when he was 21 years old when he had this boat, and to this day still continues to own Grove Harbor Marina, and that is the home port for this 38-foot Top Gun, so we see Alan join us on several runs, but for some reason he just seems to like the Tampa Bay Poker Run and comes back every year. Passing now underneath that Sunshine Skyway Bridge, looking at it from down, looking up now, and you can see just a little bit bumpy, but of course the cigarette was made for these kind of conditions, and we're just having a Sunday ride right now. Of course, Jackie did yell at me a couple of times to slow down, but you know, that's normal. I'm used to it. So after we pass under the Skyway, it's about another 5 miles into the Gulf of Mexico where we reach Egmont Key for the next poker card. Whoa, wow, just cut through that wave. That's Made in America, 42 Fountain, Spencer Headley at the helm. Just blasting this 42 Lightning through that chop, and those guys are having a blast, trust me. And now we're up to speed with Jesse Newman and his crew in Dirty Money 2.0, the MTI 440X, not to be confused with the only other 440X on the run, and that is Dennis Phillips and Clean Money. So these guys must have got together and said, let's use the word money, but we'll do it a little differently. Well, Jesse's explanation is that he's in the landscaping business. He moves a lot of dirt. So Dirty Money 2.0, well, I'd say it's a pretty good fit for a boat name. And just a couple of feet difference. This is a 42 cat. This is the Wright Performance 420, SMOKIN 420. Kyle Fowler and his family on board, just nursing this big cat through the chop as they head towards Egmont Key, putting on a great show. Old school Saturday morning for this 2002 Outer Limits Stiletto quad step boat with big Keith Eichert 1100s. Tim Bush putting on a great show, and Team Throttle Up came all the way from Ohio to join us. Thanks, Tim. You really brought the old school offshore back to the Tampa Bay poker run, and we appreciate you making it here. And now with Daniel Hollis from Florida, Team Why Not, that big 47 Adrenaline Reaper, one of two registered for the run. I'm thinking he's got a new award coming for this Tampa run. And obviously a coincidence, we got another red and gray graphic configuration. This time again, Chad Van Tilburg in this 44 concept. Beautiful paint and graphics on the boat, and for Mercury Racing 400Rs. He's been at it now for 2 or 3 years since he took delivery of the boat, and seems to really be loving his concept 44. And it's Greg Roberts and Mike Rory again in carbon copy, this 2024 MTI 42. Looking great and running great through this chop. Not the kind of water they see on the back at home at Lake Cumberland, Kentucky. And now we're over top of Mark Fitzgerald in Team Exemption, the Statement 36 Cat. He just made a textbook move by getting out of that white water, that wake, which would have messed up his photos, getting into the clean water of Tampa Bay. Good move, Mark. And it's the factory team from Adrenaline Powerboats, Mike and Robin Layton, down from Georgia with their brand new 47 Reaper. We saw this boat last summer when it debuted on the Bahamas Poker Run. They just did the Miami Boat Show Poker Run in February, back again now in Tampa here for this April event. Special thanks to the Layton family for joining us, and congratulations on the new model. And here's your old school segment, guys. Alan Lima on the left in his 95 Top Gun, and that, of course, is our 38 Cigarette Top Gun Flight 1130, sponsored by Mercury Racing with Mercury Racing 565s. A complete makeover since we originally did the Project 1080 with the twin Mercury Racing 540s, and we've had a lot of fun with that Top Gun over the last 5 years. And we have rallied to Egmont Key, and a bit of a choppy ride getting out here, but it looks like we've got fairly good support. Not everybody made it, but we've got a good team of boats pulling up here, making the rounds. coming up to Team Why Not. That's a big 65-foot Viking that has done this task for us at least 2 years in a row now. His name is Steve Turner. I don't think he was even in town for this, so he sent the boat out with his captain and a bunch of friends, and they went out and had a lot of fun and did a great job toughing it out here on the hook. So let's listen in as we pull up alongside and get a poker card, which we can't even play with, but that doesn't matter. Well, for those of us who toughed it out to come out here and get this card, congratulations, you did it safely and got your card. But remember, with the Florida Powerboat Club, you don't have to pick up all of your cards when you do the run. You know, I've always said if you pay, you play. And regardless of whether you get one card or all 5 cards, you're still going to get your poker hand at the party on Saturday night. And finally catching up now with Devin WOZENCRAFT and his 34th victory. Mercury Racing, 500 Rs, and as I mentioned earlier, he's got his son Lucas on board. Doesn't get a chance to have him ride with him very often, but glad they could get together for some family fun today on the Tampa Bay Poker Run and putting on a great show with this 34th victory cat. Well, guys, that has been an exciting round 3 for our Tampa Bay Poker Run 2024 edition. And the good news is we still have another episode, episode number 4, to round up this entire series with over 70 powerboat teams for this spring fling from downtown Tampa. So we're just going to tough it out here in the Gulf of Mexico until we get back into the Tampa Bay waters, heading back northbound through the bay as we continue on the rest of the course, which is going to be pretty much in the protected waters of Tampa Bay. And the good news is that later in the day the winds did settle down quite a bit and we got out of this heavy chop. But thanks to my entire crew for coming along and making this a fun day with us on the Flight 1130 Cigarette as we pass under the Sunshine Skyway and head for the St. Petersburg waterfront, where we're going to visit our old stomping grounds at the Vinoy Resort, which is right beside the landmark St. Petersburg Pier, which is also the location of one of our lunch stops at Dock Fords. So we've got plenty more excitement in our next episode, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell so you'll get an update every time a new episode is released. Be sure to check out the website at flpowerboat.com for all of the details about upcoming poker run events as well as membership information. You can follow us on Facebook at Florida Powerboat Club and on these Instagram pages. Thanks to all of our viewers for your wonderful comments on our page, and you guys know who you are, and I really do appreciate that. But if you have questions or comments you want to direct to me specifically, please use my personal email at stu@flpowerboat.com. I check that daily and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We're going to sign off for now. This is Stu Jones along with our producer Ryan McCoy in the Pompano Beach studio. Have fun out there, guys. Be safe on the waterways. Wear your life jackets when the time is right, and always respect your fellow boaters. Bye for now.